The Copa America is still 6 months away, but the draw is just a couple days away. How exciting is that? Because now for 6 months, we can project. We won't know the entire field because we have a couple play-in games to complete in the CONCACAF Nations League. But by and large, we'll be able to talk it up. And now we know all the venues. And that's very exciting because it's a pretty impressive list of venues. Big and small, so to speak. Big NFL stadiums, smaller MLS stadiums to provide an intimate game for a matchup that may not be USA-Mexico or Argentina-Brazil, which I love. You don't want empty seats, so I think they did a really nice job. And we're here on the Soccer OG. Check out the Soccer OG podcast where all podcasts are available. A new one around the Copa America coming out soon. Check out the library. New ones coming out every week. Also, like and subscribe us here. We appreciate you jumping in. But today we're going to do a mock draw. So, I have my hopper here. I have my hopper. We'll go through all the groups. I have... Look, I'm not going high tech here. I have my big board. And I already put in the 4 teams that are going to be on the top of those groups. No high tech. We want to go old school. In this era of AI, you're going to get such a heavy dose of it. So why don't we go a little old fashioned? Before we get into the draw, I want to talk about the dates. We've gone over that before. June the 20th to July 14th. It's a 3-week tournament. The teams that have been seeded in the first pot, and we know, as I showed you on my chart, we know the schedule and which team will be in which group. So Argentina will be in Group 1. Mexico in Group 2, USA 3, Brazil 4. And we can tell you where they will play. So we know Argentina is going to be in that opener against Mercedes-Benz, and we're about to find out who they're going to play. And as we said about the 14 venues, you have the mega stadiums. You have SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, 2 venues that, as of now, will not be in the World Cup. So this is a great chance to show FIFA what they're missing out on. I believe when push comes to shove, SoFi Stadium will be on the World Cup list, despite the reports. Maybe Allegiant can slip in there. I believe that common sense will prevail. It's just too big of a story to kind of just sweep under the rug. So you got those stadiums. AT&T Stadium, which will likely host the World Cup final. And we get to see all these games. Again, these are the best stadiums in the world, all due respect. I mean, high tech, everything, it happens here with a few exceptions. In Europe, where we've seen some new stadiums like the Spurs Stadium, the new Bernabeu, those are going to certainly be on the level. NRG Stadium in Houston's massive. Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, NorCal. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. A lot of domes, which you don't get to see everywhere else, but that's us, man. We're America, right? We have that. Bank America Stadium in Charlotte. Charlotte's been a great story with Major League Soccer, drawing big crowds there. We have some of the MLS stadiums. Exploria Stadium, Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Kansas. Arrowhead in Kansas City, Missouri is also on the list. So you have Kansas and Missouri. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anyhow, the USA is going to play at Arrowhead, but they're going to play Children's Mercy Park, Exploria Stadium, Q2 in Austin. So these are 25,000 seat stadiums that you can play some games that won't include the heavy hitters. Obviously not quarterfinals or semifinals either. But it's nice to have that. So I approve of the venues. They got the big ones out west. Glendale, Arizona is also represented. I can tell you the United States will open up at AT&T Stadium against an opponent I will determine here shortly. I'm so excited. Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Arrowhead. So there you go. We got all the details, and what is it? So Thursday night in Miami, we will know the draw. It is going to be at the James L. Knight Center. So I've lived in LA since 1995. But prior to that, I was a Miami kid. And I used to go to the James L. Knight Center to see Florida Championship Wrestling or Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus all the time as a kid. And I can't believe that it's now the center of the world's soccer eyes. Pretty insane. The James L. Knight Center. World famous. Used to see Dusty Rhodes drop the bionic elbow. Barry Windham. Who else was in Florida Championship Wrestling? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We used to watch it every Saturday morning. We'd go. I'd get my parents. I'd go, what am I doing? So much fun. This is going to be Miami. So, look, Miami's not the biggest city in the United States. It is remarkable that we're going to have the opening. We're going to have the final there. We're going to have a big presence there. It's becoming a big football metropolis. But it is still Miami. It's not LA, Chicago, New York, or Dallas, or Houston. It's not one of those, or San Francisco. It's Miami. A growing area, yes, but still does not reach those levels. But it is becoming an important hub for us, soccer, and that will be really confirmed at this Copa America. Are you guys ready for the draw? I'm pretty ready. I'm pretty excited. I hope this. We're going to have a lot of entertainment. Now, who do you think is going to be there? Pitbull's going to have to be there, right? Pitbull. Hey, yeah, que no pare la fiesta. Don't stop the party. I wasn't making fun of Pitbull. And I tell you what, if any of you guys make fun of Pitbull, I got heat with you. Because, you know, being Cuban, Pitbull is a huge success story for us Cuban exiles. So no one can say crap about him or you'll have a price to pay. Pitbull is a saint. I'm not kidding. People talk trash about Pitbull, I'm going to get hot. That's my Cuban paisano, bro. Very proud of what that guy's been able to accomplish. He'll be there. Maybe Gloria Estefan. Come on, everybody, let me do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Feel the rhythm. But that song, growing up, was played at so many functions. I remember the New Year's Eve party. They literally played it 4 times in a row. And everyone's like, yeah, otra. So whatever, it's Miami. We'll see who chirps. But let's go. So we have the teams that are topping their groups. I've got Group B, and then I'll put the next ones in there. So who will join Argentina in Group A? It will be, oh, can you see that? Colombia. I can't get too close. So Colombia, a team that the United States wanted to avoid. I'm going to pop it in here. This is going to be very cumbersome. That's a team that the United States wanted to avoid, and they just did it. So, can you believe that? That's an opener right there. Let's keep this thing going. Where do we go next? Where do we go next? Group B, Mexico's group. Mexico's group will get Uruguay. Uruguay. Another team. Look, I am doing a huge solid here. I said in Group B, we wanted USA to get Peru last week. That is the most favorable Pot 2 team available for the United States. Let's get rid of that. Oh, I took a little peek, so let's shake that around. Ecuador and Peru is who remains. The United States in Group C has drawn Ecuador. Not bad. Not bad. Ecuador is a very good team, great young talent. You have a lot of players now playing in Europe. Pervis Estupiñán, who is Moises Caicedo. So that's pretty good, which means Peru gets Brazil in Brazil's group. And that's up. We're off and running. Look at this. My bracket is already coming together. So we'll refill Pot C. But there you go. How does that look to you? Yeah, I'm sorry. Actually, I'm pretty proud, man. Look at that handwriting. Solid. Time for Group C, featuring Chile, Panama, Venezuela, and Paraguay. So, I mean, this is a little bit more forgiving. I mean, these are teams that really the United States should beat in a North American tournament. But I would aim for, I wouldn't want Venezuela. Venezuela's playing very well, and Chile traditionally can be very good. And Panama's playing great in CONCACAF. So Group A, Argentina, Colombia, and see, that's the one I wanted for the U.S. I think Paraguay is very beatable. But they will go to Group A. So we have 3. I had to check about, do they get skipped if it's all 4 South American teams in one group, or do we not worry about it? So Group B, Mexico, Uruguay. Joining them will be Panama. Panama, who qualified for the Nations League semis, who Coco Carrasquilla, Fajardo, good young players, a good older core as well. So USA and Ecuador. So it's going to be Chile or Venezuela for the United States in that group. And we will draw, drum roll please, Venezuela, Jefferson Soteldo, a team that they beat Brazil in qualifying. They're going to the World Cup. They've never been to a World Cup, but they are going to go to a World Cup this time around, which means Chile will join Brazil and Peru. So a lot of these groups feel like Copa America groups, right? I mean, remember, it's only 6 CONCACAF teams and then 10 from it's 10 from South America. So Brazil, Peru, Chile, Argentina, Colombia, Paraguay. I mean, the only we have 12 teams there. 3 of them are from CONCACAF. So the final, Group D. Are we enjoying this? Or is this a bad idea? Well, we'll have either Honduras or Costa Rica, whoever qualifies there, Jamaica, Bolivia, Trinidad and Tobago, or Canada in that group. So Group A, Argentina, Colombia, and Paraguay. The final team to be picked in that group will be Honduras or Costa Rica. Unfortunately, that's not going to be good for either one of those because you got to get by Argentina and Colombia. So I tend to think Honduras gets through there in that game, but we'll see. They were impressive. They should have made it through. That was a bit of a scandal with Mexico in that game. Although I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Honduras tried to kill that game off. It didn't work. Mexico, Uruguay, Panama. Great news for Mexico. Bolivia, maybe the worst team in South America. I like that a lot for Mexico. I mean, Panama's going to give them a run. I don't think Bolivia's probably going to lose all games, maybe get a point here and there. But you like to see Mexico and Uruguay get through. All right, USA, Ecuador, Venezuela. Who will wrap up that group with them? Not bad. TNT or Canada. I think it's going to be Canada. Remember, the United States played TNT in that Nations League qualifier, which means Jamaica will play. You know what? Jamaica has a shot to get out of Group D. So here you go. The final, my little mock bracket. Argentina, Colombia, Paraguay, Honduras, or Costa Rica in Group A. Mexico, Uruguay, Panama, Bolivia in Group B. USA, Ecuador, Venezuela, TNT, or Canada in Group C. Brazil, Peru, Chile, and Jamaica. So I think A, Argentina wins it. Colombia, a very competitive second. B, I'm going to stay with Mexico to win it, and then Uruguay to take second. C, USA and Ecuador. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The seedings are pretty accurate. And D, let's go with Brazil and Jamaica. Brazil and Jamaica. And the U.S. will reach a quarterfinal, obviously. And the question is, will they get to a semifinal? But that's a conversation for another day. I made a huge mess in here. And I got to get ready for Thursday night at the James L. Knight Center with Pitbull and Enrique Iglesias and Ricky Martin. But we'll see. And again, this is part of a huge 2024, the Nations League semifinals in March, the Copa America. There's going to be some friendlies prior. This conversation's about a Brazil friendly before the Copa. So the USA are filling the coffers. We're excited about this competition. When you add the venues, it's all about putting on a good show, and all the ingredients are there so that we can have a combined Copa America, at least with some regularity, which is so important for the development of the USA. Because the Gold Cup is nice, but it just doesn't cut it because you don't have, even when Lionel Messi retires, you still have Argentina. Argentina is going to be great without Messi. You still have Brazil. You have Uruguay. Colombia is going to be better. Ecuador is going to be better. And we hope Canada is going to be better. We hope the Caribbean teams are going to be better. It's a good situation. So we'll watch it. We'll recap all that happens on Thursday night. Check out the Soccer OG podcast where all podcasts are available. Like and subscribe us here. We're here to have some fun. We're here to entertain, and we're here to inform. That's what you get at the Soccer OG. I deliver. I promise you that.